Hello everybody, welcome to GIS Pathshala Grade 9 Social Science Economics Chapter 2, and our topic is people as resource. See, in the last video lecture we have seen that how people we can say as a resource, and how educated people get a better chance in life and they settle nicely, and if educated people are there, they focus more on the education. See now, economic activities. Economic activities can be categorized into three types: primary activities, secondary activities, and tertiary activities. See, primary activities, economic activities which are related to agriculture, poultry farming, fishing, horticulture, animal husbandry, mining, quarrying, etc. are called primary activities. Natural resources are just extracted in primary activities, means the use of natural resources is more in the primary activities. Primary activities are related with the use of natural resources. Secondary activities, manufacturing and quarrying is included in the secondary sector. Natural resources are properly modified in secondary activities. See, secondary activities, manufacturing is there. So, natural resources are brought to the industries and then the properly modified in secondary activities. Tertiary activities, it consists all service occupations and help in development of primary and secondary sectors. See, this is the service occupation and this helps in development of the primary and secondary sectors. These activities added value to the national income. This activity added value to the national income. Remember, tertiary activities added value to the national income, also known as economic activities, example: transport, communication, trade, education, banking, etc. These are the tertiary activities. Market activities, when some products or service is produced to be sold in market, it is called market activities. Some product or service is produced to be sold in market, it is called market activity. Non market activity, when some product or service is produced for self consumption, it is called non market activity. If a farmer produces just enough to meet his family needs, then his activity is a non market activity. Similarly, the work of a housewife is a non market activity because she is working for the benefit of the family members. Now, why are women employed in low paid work? See, mostly any of the sector you can see that the women are paid low salary, low wage compared to male. The workload is same only, but then also women are paid less. When women enter the labor market, they are paid for their work. Their earnings are calculated on the basis of education and ability, much like that of their male counterpart. Most women are undereducated and have low skill training, and therefore women are paid low compared to men. Most women do work where there is no job security. Means this is all things are written that sometimes the women are less educated than the male, then also they are getting less. The skill is little bit less, low skill is there, so they are getting the low wages. This is the condition is given that suppose the low income, more income, how they can settle, the less income people, how they their lifestyle, more income people is having the lifestyle. This means the basic thing is if you are getting educated, your life should be a stable and good. Quality of population. Literacy rate, health and skill determine the quality of population. See, population is there in any country, but literacy rate means how much educated all the people are. Health and skills determine the quality of a population. Literate and unhealthy population can be a liability for the economy. See, illiterate and unhealthy population, liability for the economy. Liability means they are not doing any work, they are not giving their cooperation, or they are not giving their part in the income of the country. They are not giving anything for the benefit of the country. And literate and healthy population can be made into an asset for the economy. And literate and healthy population is counted as the asset for the economy. Literate and healthy population contributes towards GDP of a country. Contributes towards the GDP of a country. Education defines the literacy level and skill level of a person. Education defines the literacy level and skill level of the country, of a person. It also helps in enriching the culture of the society. See, from the simple story of Sakal and Vikas, you should notice that it also helps in enriching the culture of the society. Educated person can have more idea, more new things, better things they can use, and they can do smart work. Presence of educated persons in the society indirectly benefits the illiterate person as well. Government has taken various steps to spread education among the people. Government strives to provide universal access to education. Government is trying hard for the education of the people. It also makes various plans to increase the retention of students. Special emphasis is given on girls education also. So government is maximum trying hard for the better education of the people. Government is always thinking that all girls and boys should get proper education, and government is trying hard for the education. See, this is literacy rate in India is given. See, 19 comparing from 1951 2001, you can see the rate is going in plus only. It is increasing only. So the population is, according to the population, the literacy rate is also getting high. Maximum people are trying to get the better education. See the education now, how the education is changing life, and the what steps are taken by government. See, Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalay. Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalay are a system of enlightenment schools for gifted students in India. They are run by Navodaya Vidyalay Samiti, New Delhi, under the Ministry of Human Resource Development and Department of Education, Government of India. These schools are run by Government of India. JNV are fully residential and co-educational school. This is a fully residential and co-educational school affiliated to CBSE New Delhi with classes from 6 to 12. JNVs are specifically tasked with the finding talented children in rural areas of India and providing them with good quality education. JNV exists all over India. There are approximately 598 JNV across India, one school per district. In each district, one Jawahar Navodaya will be there. So this type of facility government is providing to the student, for the students, for the education. Budgetary estimate, the plan outlay on education is the first plan was rupees 151 crore. It has increased to rupees 43,825 crore in the 10th plan. The expenditure on education was 0.64% of the GDP in the 1950-51 and has increased to 3.98% of the GDP in 2002-3. See, the government is also involving much more for the education. In budget also government is spending much more money for education. Due to constant effort, the literacy rate has grown from 18% in 1951 to more than 70% in 2011. Literacy rate is higher amongst the male compared to females. Kerala is the state with more than 90% literacy, while some states have a very low literacy level. Now see different policies and things the government is doing. Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan is an Indian government program aimed at the universalization of elementary education in a bond manner, is mandatory by the 86th Amendment to the Constitution of India, making free and compulsory education to children of age 6 and 14. a fundamental right and estimated to be a 205 million in number in 2001, a fundamental right. It is a fundamental right. The program was pioneered by Atal Bihari Vajpayee. He started this program, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. According to this, the free and compulsory education is given to the children of age 6 to 14 years. And this is started by Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Present goals of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. See now its goals of 2015 were open new skills in area which do not have them and to expand existing schools, infrastructures and maintenance. They are opening new schools in the area where there is no school and so that the children get maximum benefit of education. Address inadequate teachers numbers and provide training or development for existing teachers. Provide quality elementary education including life skills with a special focus on the education of girls and children with special needs as well as computer education. They are focusing much more on the education of girls and the children with special needs. And as well as the computer education, they are giving importance to computer education also under this scheme. The 10th plan has focused on increasing the enrollment in higher education from 6% to 9%. The strategy is to increase assess quality and adoption of state specific curriculum to motivate enrollment in higher education. Basic knowledge if the students are getting, children are getting, they can go for the higher education. Vocational courses are also offered and use of information technology is being maximized to attain the goal. The 10th plan also focuses on distant education, convergence of formal, non-formal and IT education. See, for all type of education now they are focusing much more under this Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Institution of higher education, enrollment and faculty, all these things are given according to the report, number of students, how that they are enrolling much more in the higher education also. See, number of colleges you see year wise, the colleges are also increasing, the universities increasing, students and teachers, all the ratio is continuously increasing because the people are aware for education and people also are trying to get much more education. Thank you.